Employer-sponsored retirement plans are a critical focus area for the National Life Insurance Exam, and you must be able to distinguish between them based on who the employer is and how the contributions are structured. When you see a question about a private sector for-profit company, your mind should immediately go to the 401k plan. This is a defined contribution plan where employees elect to defer a portion of their salary into the plan before taxes are taken out, which reduces their current taxable income. On the exam, watch for terms like salary reduction or elective deferral, as these are hallmarks of the 401k. The exam will also test your knowledge of employer matching, which is a common but not mandatory feature, where the employer adds money to the account based on how much the employee contributes. You should also note that 401k plans are governed by ERISA standards, meaning they must follow strict rules regarding vesting and participation for all full-time employees. Moving to the public and nonprofit sectors, the 403b plan is the equivalent of the 401k, but is reserved specifically for public school systems, hospitals, and 501c3 nonprofit organizations. A common exam trick is to refer to this as a tax-sheltered annuity, or TSA, instead of using the numerical code 403b. If you see a scenario involving a school teacher or a nurse at a nonprofit hospital, the answer is almost certainly a 403b. These plans allow for the same tax-deferred growth as a 401k and have similar contribution limits, but they are funded through annuity contracts or mutual funds. For small business owners and the self-employed, the exam focuses on SEP IRAs and SIMPLE IRAs. The Simplified Employee Pension, or SEP IRA, is designed for the employer who wants a simple way to contribute to their own and their employees' retirement accounts. A major exam point here is that only the employer contributes to a SEP IRA, and employees do not make their own salary deferrals. The contribution limit is significantly higher than a standard IRA, allowing up to 25% of an employee's total compensation, up to a specific dollar cap. If the exam asks about a small business owner who wants to maximize their contributions without the administrative burden of a complex 401k, the SEP IRA is your target. On the other hand, the Savings Incentive Match Plan for Employees, or SIMPLE IRA, is for businesses with 100 or fewer employees who do not have any other retirement plan. Unlike the SEP, the SIMPLE IRA allows for employee salary deferrals, and the employer is required to make either a matching contribution or a non-elective contribution for all eligible employees. The exam will often use the 100 employee threshold as a trigger for this answer. If a question mentions a small firm with 80 employees looking for a plan with employee participation and mandatory employer matches, you are looking for the SIMPLE IRA. A key mnemonic to keep these straight is the Blackboard rule for 403b plans, where you just remember that the B in 403b stands for Blackboard, which links it to teachers and schools. For SEP and SIMPLE, remember that SEP stands for Solo Employer Paid, to remind you that only the employer makes contributions. One major trap on the exam is confusing the eligibility requirements. Remember that 401k plans are subject to complex non-discrimination testing to ensure high earners do not benefit disproportionately, while SIMPLE IRAs are designed to avoid some of that complexity for smaller firms. You should also be prepared for questions regarding the early withdrawal penalty, which is generally 10% if funds are taken out before age 59 and a half, regardless of the plan type. There are exceptions like death or disability, but for the most part, that penalty is a standard answer. Focus on the employer type first, then the contribution source, and you will navigate these questions successfully.